I'm Kelsey Pratt. I am the hotel manager at the Barfield Autograph Collection in Amarillo, Texas. I essentially run the day-to-day operations, oversee culinary, housekeeping, the rooms department, engineer, valet, and I help build leaders in the hospitality industry. I am from Amarillo. I went to Bushland High School. I was the first graduating class in 2008. I went to WT for a semester, decided it wasn't for me, and then I went to college in upstate New York. After I graduated college, I moved into New York City. I lived and worked in Manhattan for about 8 years. I lived and worked in Dallas during the pandemic. I worked all through it at the hotel, and I had been watching the Barfield Hotel, the slow ramp up and renovation to it, and once I saw there was an opening date in sight, I jumped on LinkedIn and found the general manager, and I contacted him immediately. My motivation for coming back to Amarillo was solely family driven. My entire family is here. My parents, my sister, my brother-in-law. I found myself when I was living in Dallas constantly traveling back and forth on my days off just to spend 24 hours with my family. And when I saw an opening to come back to Amarillo in an industry that I had worked really hard to build my career in at a very noble place for a very noble brand, I had to jump on it. And yes, solely because my family was here. I was born and raised here. It's home for me. There's really no place like home. My favorite parts of Amarillo. I think for me growing up, I wanted to move away because I felt like there was no life in Amarillo. And looking back now, I was very wrong. I would spend weekends going to Palo Duro Canyon with my family. We would pack up and just take some Kentucky Fried Chicken down there, and we would spend an entire afternoon. I'm talking extended family, about 20 of us. So I really, I look back and I value that, and I think that I never really appreciated Palo Duro Canyon being in my backyard. I grew up going to the movies with my dad. It's kind of our thing. We just go to movies and we can just silently sit and be together. Now moving back, I'm a big foodie, so I love going to restaurants. I love going to new restaurants. I love finding new happy hours. I love craft cocktails. I love wine, and I really enjoy exploring the new places. Savour is a favorite of mine just because it's my favorite style of dining. I like small bites. I really don't like the Texas dining where you just have a giant plate in front of you. I like small plates in front of me so I can taste, different dishes. I love Cask and Cork. I like their wine selection. I love Drunken Oyster. So again, food is just a big part of my life, just because it was also a really big part of my life in New York. I love hiking in the canyon on the weekends. I love just being able to take a walk outside of my house and feel safe about it. I really like the openness of Amarillo. It's just, it's home for me. It's just that home feeling that I never really felt when I wasn't here. I would say for those potentially feeling that urge to move back, Amarillo is rapidly growing. It is expanding. I never in a million years growing up thought that I would see a Marriott autograph collection in Amarillo, Texas. We are a transient town full of highway hotels, right? We're the stopping point between Dallas, Colorado, Oklahoma, Santa Fe. We're just that central location. So we're always going to have that transient business. But to bring in a branded hotel of this caliber that is not a cookie cutter hotel, it's an autograph collection. So we got to bring Amarillo into the hotel. We got to tell a story through the hotel. And I can't say I would have moved back to Amarillo if this opportunity hadn't have been here. Amarillo has brought in Hodgetown. The restaurants, the boomerangers that have brought new concepts into Amarillo is what makes it exciting and what made me want to move back. So anybody considering moving back, it is a different city than it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. There's life, and the more Amarilloans that do move back into the city and bring their experiences and draw from the different cultures and places that they have been, it will only keep growing and make it a more exciting place to be.